you all for joining me today. Today, we're going to follow up on our last session on Friday. We talked about to confess or not to confess or not to confess. Right now, we're doing a series on infidelity. I thank all of you for joining me. I type your name in the browser and tell me where you are from. Anyways, I am Dr. Shane. We're an African American marriage counseling, and we are going forward with our series on infidelity or betrayal of any sort, and how do we rebuild trust. So, last week we spent time talking about to confess or not to confess. So today we're going to start off with I got the confession. Boy, it hasn't fixed my trust problems. What do I do now? So I got the confession and I still have a trust issue. I told them all you have to do is confess and we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We can move forward. But emotionally, you can't act on that. And the other person is kind of like, well, you said this would be it. And now you're moving the goalposts, right? Anyways, these are the things that happen. It's not you. You're not alone. So I'm going to approach today's conversation from two approaches: the person who's betrayed the person and the person who's been betrayed. So obviously, I should talk about the person who's been betrayed first. So I just want to say to you, I'm sorry. I hate that this has been your experience. I think one of the worst things you could take from a person is their ability to trust. It's just a very painful thing, but it happens in life. So you have been betrayed. They have just confessed. You have thought for a long time all they have to do is confess, and you can move forward. Challenge is it puts us on a collision course. For the person who's been betrayed, now they know it's true. Now they know their fears were based on reality, and guess what? They've got other fears. Boy, we asked about what did you do in 2016, but we didn't ask about 2012 when you said you didn't do anything and we subsequently got engaged. Didn't follow up. Even if I got a lie detector, right? I got a lie detector on what are you doing now. I didn't get a lie detector on what you've done before. Whatever it may be, there'll always be other questions to be answered. And you're really trying to get over it. You're trying to move forward, but you remain stuck and things re trigger you. Listen, you guys, this is probably the most important part of it. You may have developed what we call PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, by this event, just feeling that out of control and betrayed. And now you're getting re-triggered. Now you're getting re-triggered. I just want to say it happened, so it shifts for a lot of people. Now the focus isn't on just did you do that in 2016. What else have you done? I just got the text. I just opened the cloud and found those old emails about 2016. What else do I need to ask? And the person feels like I said earlier, they're moving the target. Just accept this is part of the course. Once you feel betrayed, you don't know what to believe. You don't know what was true. Is this resonating with anyone? And so go to the browser and just type in TP. TP. Because now we just have a trust problem. We've had a trust problem before, but it's of a different nature now because they've confirmed our fears. And now it's harder. It's harder because, boy, we never thought they would. And we would just have to figure it out. But now we could actually close the loop on it and say, yes, I was hurt. You did lie to me. You did look me in the face for the last 7 years telling me the same lie. Can I believe you anymore? So now, in addition to infidelity, we have a betrayal problem and a cover up problem. So, anyways, I just want to say that it's normal. There's nothing we could do about that. I will talk about it a little more shortly. So, to the person that is finally confessed. And last time I kind of talked about this a little bit from the standpoint of that person gets to feel a little better. And it's kind of true from the standpoint of, boy, at least I'm being honest now. Don't get me wrong, they do or should feel bad that they've betrayed you, But now they have that and they say to you, let's move on. You can't keep holding the past over my head. And you are nowhere near ready to move on because moving on means being trustful and vulnerable to somebody you don't trust. It means being trustful and vulnerable to someone you don't trust. So now you're in a conundrum, a catch 22. Damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you don't, you're someone that can't move forward. If you do, ooh, I don't know, this isn't going to stop happening. We're not there yet. So, anyways, I want to say this is the beginning of the next phase. This isn't where you will stay. This isn't where you will stay, but it will be your initial reaction after the initial relief. Whew, they finally tell the truth. Whew, finally, I got them to get me to just level. And I feel better. I am a good person. You know, at least I'm willing to tell you the truth. I feel bad about what I may have done. You guys know what I'm talking about. If these emotions are familiar to you, hey, just write in the browser. Help us understand so we can help each other get you through this. Because the challenge is a lot of couples define their marriage by their worst moment. And this may not be your worst moment. The worst moment, God, you guys are going to beat me up for this. So, when I deal with infidelity, I always have a two-prong approach. First, do I have to deal with infidelity? Yes. But I have to ask myself, is the infidelity the symptom or the problem? What do I mean by that, right? Seems like I'm about to give them a free pass. No, I'm not. Cheating and betraying somebody is not acceptable under any circumstances. But when I go to treat infidelity, I have to know if it's the symptom or the problem. So a lot of times I ask couples, hey, were you happy when the infidelity happened? If they say, yeah, I'm actually more nervous, to be honest with you. Like, oh, God, what am I going to do here? Tiger Woods, Kevin Hart were happy. They were just serial cheaters. If they were unhappy, we have something that we could start to work on. So we have to ask that question too. So after we get the confession, we have to ask and figure out, boy, it's going to be hard because you're in a lot of pain and you don't have to do it immediately. What was going on in the marriage that got you to that place? That got you to that place. That is not to make an excuse. But if we're really going to heal and we're really pulling the scab back and we're getting all the pus out the wound, bad example because it's so vivid and graphic, but probably not nearly as harmful and hurtful as what you've been through. So we have to really deal with not only the infidelity, but what caused it. Anyways, the confession opens up a whole new door, and I wanted to share that with you. Feel free to type in the browser. Feel free to post any comments you have about this, and I will respond. Got to say, this isn't marital therapy. This is psychoeducation. And if you need to talk to a marital therapist, there are a lot of them out there. Go to the Association of Black Psychologists. Go to psychologytoday.com, and you can find some licensed folk in your state. Make it a great day. I will see you next week this Wednesday, as we continue our conversation on infidelity. What do we do after the affair? Anyways, thank you for joining me in the Situation Room today. But the situation was, boy, they've had an affair, and how the heck do we move on and fight for her and save our families?